So our good friend Russell Brand was on the Jeremy Paxman show on the BBC. I'm not really familiar with Jeremy Paxman, but regardless, he has made a storm across the world. People are blogging, people are talking, people are twittering, people are doing this and that. They're doing Russell Brand line dances, they're doing Russell Brand cartwheels, they're doing Russell Brand synchronized swimming routines.
Russell Brand, who are you to edit a political magazine?
Well, I just suppose like a person who's been politely asked by an attractive woman. I don't know what the typical criteria is. I don't know many people that edit political magazines. Boris, he used to do one, didn't he? So I'm a person with crazy hair, quite a good sense of humour, don't know much about politics, I'm ideal.
But is it true you don't even vote?
Yeah, no, I don't vote.
Well, how do you have any authority to talk about politics then?
Well, I don't get my authority from this pre-existing paradigm, which is quite narrow and only serves a few people. I look elsewhere for alternatives that might be of service to humanity. Alternate means alternate political systems.
They being?
Well, I've not invented it yet, Jeremy. I had to do a magazine last week. I've had a lot on my plate. But here's the thing it shouldn't do. Shouldn't destroy the planet. Shouldn't create massive economic disparity. Shouldn't ignore the needs of the people. The burden of proof is on the people with the power, not people like doing a magazine.
How do you imagine the people get power?
Well, I imagine there are sort of hierarchical systems that have been preserved through generations.
They get power by being voted in.
Well, you
That's
say
how
that,
they
Jeremy,
get it.
but
You
like
can't even be asked to vote.
It's quite a narrow prescriptive parameter that changes within the.
In a democracy, that's how it works.
Well, I don't think it's working very well, Jeremy. Given that the planet is being destroyed, given that there is economic disparity of a huge degree, what you're saying? There's no alternative. There's no alternative.
No, I'm not
just this
saying
system.
that. I'm saying if you can't be asked to vote, why should we be asked to listen to your political point of view?
You don't have to listen to my political point of view, but it's not that I'm not voting out of apathy. I'm not voting out of absolute indifference and weariness and exhaustion from the lies, treachery, deceit of the political class that has been going on for generations now, and which has now reached fever pitch where we have a disenfranchised, disillusioned, despondent underclass that are not being represented by that political system. So voting for it is tacit complicity.
I think Russell Brand is full of doo-doo. And why do I think that Russell Brand is full of doo-doo? Let me expound upon the ways. Now, does Russell Brand recognize the disparities and cosmic wrongness of the world and our world systems that are destroying the earth and are controlled by a small elite who control most of the wealth and the direction of what the big things are going to be next in life? Yes, he's right. He's right. He's totally right. I agree with Russell Brand about 95% in what he said with his interview with Jeremy Paxman. He has done what many others before him have done, and that is point out problems in the world, and he's strung them all together in a wordsmith-like fashion. And in the end, we have a wordsmith saying, the world is wrong, the world is bad, the world is unfair, the world is uneven, the world is wicked, the world is killing itself. He's correct. But then he makes the fatal mistake of justifying his not voting. And let me preface this by saying that I am only referring to my protestations of Russell Brand not voting from a United States perspective. Now, I know that in the United States, our political system is wrought with corruption, is completely controlled by two old school parties filled with old school people with old school ideas who keep getting elected over and over again. And it pretty much stinks. The economy has continually gone downhill in large swaths of the country for decades, and it doesn't seem to be abating anytime soon. However, Russell Brand, brother, Jesus quoting, Gandhi slinging brother, Russell Brand, you need to rethink your voting stand. And this is why. In the U.S., there are literally thousands and thousands, maybe millions, I don't know the exact count, of smaller positions within government that are available for fairly regular citizens to run for, to say, my name's Joe Smith and elect me to trustees, or something to that effect. And when Brand says he doesn't vote because it's a dismissive and he doesn't want to be complicit with the system, he's completely wrong. What he needs to say is, I also don't run for office because I don't take part in the system, and therefore I cede myself to their power that they have taken, which to me is ultimately a powerlessness advocation by Russell Brand. What Russell Brand needs to be saying is, run for school board, run for city commission, run for zoning board. Should we tell single mothers, Walmart workers, foreclosed homeowners, should we tell them not to vote? No, we should not just tell them not to vote. We should tell them, run for office, write letters to the editor, show up to the city commission meetings, show up to the school board meetings, actually pass around the URLs of the agendas for whatever meeting is. Don't depend on the mainstream media to be a thorough and fair and accurate reporter. Become the media yourself with other like minds. You can do it in this digitally networked age. It is possible. It's happening all the time. I agree with so much of the observations of Russell Brand that, yes, a lot of the direction of our society is going in a rotten direction. It's not going to forebode well for the future of the planet. But to completely abdicate political participation in in lieu of, investigating alternative systems. Don't investigate alternative systems. People work hundreds of in the U.S. Okay, I may feel you in the UK, but in the U.S., as corrupt as it is, the Tea Party has been able to completely infiltrate local school boards, local commissions, state houses, the Congress, all the way up to the Senate. And what's happening? I'm not participating. I will not participate in this corrupt system. Well, then, guess what? The corrupt people will. They'd love for you to do that. Yeah, they're like, stay home. Hey, hippie with the Jesus complex, stay home. Yeah, go to Burning Man. Yeah, don't worry. We'll make the laws. That's really all I got to say. He's got a lot of cogent ideas, but he needs to coalesce those ideas into solutions because, he's taking what has been stated by many over and over. And is he making a celebrity platform on throwing some metaphors and profundities into the mix? I'm not sure. You always have to watch that with the celebrity mix. But Russell Brand, I appreciate your heartfelt desire for a better and more just world and a more happy world for its citizens and a better place for everyone to grow up, live, die, and so the continuum continues. But please, get off the political non-participation kick. Get in, infiltrate, throw out the old, put in the new, change the rules, and staying home and complaining ain't doing jack squat to jack diddly, baby. Hey, I'm David Sparks. I appreciate everyone watching. What do you think? Leave me a comment here. I post these at Democratic Underground, my Facebook page. They go up on TYT Nation. I thank every single person in the entire planet and the universe for watching. And until then,